Hey future millionaires, it's Ellie, aka Ellie Talks Money, your favorite business coach, and I am so excited to be back with another video. You know that over here we talk about ways that you can start and scale your business online and leverage business credit to create multiple income streams. So one of those income streams I want to talk to you about today is Turo. You guys have been in my DMs, in my comments, in my inbox, everywhere, asking me to talk about Turo. So I'm really excited to share with you guys some Turo tips, as I call them, and ways that you can get started, as well as, maximize your profit in this. So I want you guys to go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and comment down below how much would you love to make as an extra income outside of your 9 to 5. Because that could be your goal number, might be 1,000, it might be an extra 10K a month, it might be an extra 5K a month. How much do you want to make every month with Turo or any other side income stream, so I can continue finding options that are going to work amazing for you? And let's get right into this video.
Ellie talks money to create the better days. Business, money, life, the Ellie way.
All right, y'all, welcome back into the video. So let's talk Turo, okay? Now, Turo, if you don't know, is an app that you can essentially rent out your car to other people to start earning money. As well, if you want to rent a car, you can leverage Turo to do that. So it really became popular because the rental car industry as a whole was primarily dominated by, Hertz, Expedia, or the other one that starts with an E, you guys know, Enterprise. And a lot of people didn't necessarily have the credit card to be able to rent a car, or weren't able to make those huge deposits to be able to rent a car. So that's why apps like Turo and Hire Car, which I'll talk about in a little bit, became popular, because it provided an alternative way for people to rent cars and for people to make money off of their cars. So let's talk about how you can get started in Turo. Now, there are so many ways to begin. I'm gonna go over the ones that seem the most feasible for where you might be in your life and in your business. So the cars that I have on Turo are ones that I purchased in my business name since starting and scaling my business. Now, you as well can go and purchase a car in your business name and put that car on Turo as a way for it to start making money. That's one option. Now, if you already have a car, or you don't necessarily have the means to go and buy another car, that's perfectly fine. You can use the car that you have, or even an extra car that might just be sitting around, or a car that no one really uses anymore. Put that on Turo, and now you're starting to make money. My best recommendation for you would be, if you do currently have a car, set aside a couple of days every weekend or out of the month to put it on the app, and go ahead and see if you like this anyway, right? Do you like the idea of someone else driving your car? Are you cool with this? What does this work for you? Because, not every passive income stream is for everyone. You have to choose what works for you. But I definitely love it. If you do have a car that has a note on it, a car payment, renting it out on Turo is a great way to either completely cover your payment or to cover more than half of it. Now, another way that you can get started on Turo is if you have a friend or family member or someone close that you trust that does have an extra car, you can partner with them and say, hey, I would like for, to see how Turo works as a stream of passive income. Could I use your car? We can split the profits, or maybe you take 60%, they take 40%, but let them know you'll be fully in charge of, managing it, getting people checked in, checked out, etc. So those are a couple of ways that you can get started on the platform to start making money. Now, let's talk about ways that you can also get a car that is a used car, or one with no payment. So one of my favorite strategies is to purchase a car on Facebook Marketplace, or even from an auction, from a friend or family member, or on Craigslist. Now, this alternative allows you to get a car with no payment, right? So generally these cars are going to be $5,000 to $7,000, still in decent condition, and it's something that you can go and rent for at minimum $50 per day, which is the general minimum cost of a car rental on Turo. So this is a great way to get started with something that you don't have to make a monthly payment on, that will just generate profit for you every single month, and something that is going to be affordable by a majority of people. So something you want to think about is, yes, there are luxury cars on Turo, like Escalades, Bentleys, G-Wagons, and etc. But on the other end of that, you want to keep in mind that there are many people who can just use and rent a regular car, right? So when you look at the top most popular cars on Turo in your city, you'll see that sometimes it's a Jeep, a Honda, one of the more basic Mercedes if we're getting into anything fancy, and the average price is between $50 to $75 a day. So don't feel like your only way of renting out a car on Turo is by having something luxury. You can also do the example I just mentioned of purchasing a low-cost car and putting that on Turo for the average consumer, okay? So the third tip I want to give you all is to do that research. So you can head to Google and search for the Turo car calculator, which can show you how much you can estimated make per month based on the type of car that you have. And as well, look up what are the most popular cars on Turo in your city, and you will get a breakdown of what's performing the best, so that if you do want to look at getting another car, you can choose one that's already well in alignment with what's performing in your city, okay? Now, let's get into the next bit here. Tip 4, which is how to actually get your first booking, okay? So one thing I want you to realize is that when you first list your car on Turo, those first 2 weeks are crucial, okay? So a few key tips you want to do in order to give your booking the best opportunity of getting selected. Number 1, you want to upload at least 10 pictures, okay? Anything less than 10 isn't enough. And you want these to be good looking photos. So what I recommend is, if you have an iPhone, use portrait mode so it'll look a little better. You can upload it to Lightroom, Adobe Lightroom, and just, add a little filter, really make it look nice. Upload those. You want to see the outside of the car, the inside, close-up shots of the dashboard, close-up shots of the rims. All these different things can help to really show what kind of vibe someone will have if they choose your car. As well, you want to have a description, okay? So I like to include a description that's almost like I'm talking directly to the person who is going to book it. So if you're looking for a weekend getaway and a comfortable car that's really good on gas, you need to choose my Mazda. This car has been with me for X amount of time. I've had so many people use it and love it, etc., etc., etc. Okay? This is what's going to make someone be able to envision themselves in your car, and it only takes about 10 minutes or so to write a good description like that. Now, once you have that complete, when you get your first booking, okay, it's very important not to miss that booking. And the reason for this is Turo's algorithm will actually suppress your listing if you have to cancel that booking for any reason. And I can tell you that because it happened to me. When I first listed my Escalade, it took a little while for anything to get booked. And so I took a trip, and not thinking that I was going to get booked that weekend at all, I ended up getting booked. I wasn't there to check that person in. I had my keys with me, so it was just insane. I unfortunately had to cancel. Now, they did let me know that it was going to suppress my availability to get booked again, and it did take about another 2 or 3 weeks for me to even get an inquiry, right? So I'm telling you this from experience. Do everything you can not to miss it, all right? So that's a key thing. Now, tip number 5 I want to give you is how you can get more traffic to your listing. And one of the things that you can do is to list it elsewhere. So don't think that you should only be using Turo's internal system to drive traffic to your car. You can post it on Facebook Marketplace. You can post it on Craigslist. If you have any type of social media following, put it at the link in your bio if you feel comfortable with that, so that people know they can also rent a car from you. This is a great way to further get more traffic to your listing, and when the Turo algorithm picks up that many people are coming to visit your page, then they'll show your listing to more people so that you get more bookings. So it really becomes a win-win situation. Now, of course, it wouldn't be an Ellie video if I didn't give you a bonus gem. So you all know I talked to you a lot about starting and scaling your Airbnb businesses. A great way to also make more money is to offer your car on Turo to the people who end up booking your Airbnb. A lot of the time, if someone is flying in from out of town, they need to get around. Some people don't always want to use Uber and Lyft because it can be so expensive. So you can send them a link to your Turo listing and offer them a bundled price, so to speak, or a discount, where if they go ahead and also book your car, they're getting it for less. That's another great way to maximize your profits on Turo and to take advantage of the fact that you already have a great customer for Airbnb. So I want you to comment below, what are you going to do? Are you going to get started with Turo? Are you going to try this as a side hustle? Are you going to put your car on for a couple weeks? I definitely think this is a great way for you to make additional money and can really be something you scale up into a fully passive business, depending on how many cars you list on the platform. Always a pleasure. I want you guys to comment below what other questions you have, what other income streams I should dive into that you can leverage business credit to get started in, and I will surely deliver. Love y'all. Bye.